Hello and welcome to our part of the presentation. I'm Mrs. Ridsdale.
And I'm Miss Ilbeck.
And we're going to talk you through a slideshow that shows you what a typical day looks like for a child here at Year 3.
And on quite a few slides, the children have got what they think as well. So feel free to pause the slide at any time to properly read what they have written.
We thought it might be fun for you to have a look from their point of view, why they like the subjects or the part of the day that we gave them to write about. Our day starts in house time, so once your children have been dropped off, they go into their day houses. They'll be allocated those in the summer. They're Yeoman, Deacon and Oaksey. And in their houses, they can play table tennis, they play foosball, they can play Lego, do drawing. Generally, they just go in and have lots of fun.
And it's really lovely because it's all year groups in there as well. So they get to see the older ones too, and they really form some bold bonds with the older children.
Yeah, it's lovely. And the lovely thing about it too, if your child isn't in a house with one of their friends, they can choose to go and sign out at the end of the day into any of the day houses. So they don't have to stay in the house that they're allocated, so they can all just play together. And when the sun is out and the weather is good, we open the doors and everyone goes outside to play anyway. So, assembly and form time. So this happens just after the house time from about 8:30 till 10 to 9. We have 2 assemblies, don't we?
Yeah, we have chaplain's assembly and we have headmaster's assembly as well. And then if we don't have assembly, we have form time where we get to meet as a group and we get to chat about the weekend. We get to watch news round, have some discussions, we get to read. It's just a nice time to be able to spend time with the children and just, it's more informal, we get to relax with them.
Yeah, they can voice any concerns, can't they, at that point too, that we can share and discuss. And then we start lessons. So then generally, not every day, but generally we try to ring fence the morning subjects for maths and English. And here we decide to set for maths. We talk to the Year 2 teachers about their performance in Year 2. We see them for a couple of weeks. We don't make any decisions for about 2 or 3 weeks. And then we do some assessments ourselves. And then we place them into sets, but this is really fluid, isn't it? We don't make them stay in there. If there's a child who shows us that they're performing well, is making great progress, we push them up. And again, if there are children who are struggling and need just a little bit more time for processing, generally, isn't it? It's just a little bit more time for thinking. They can come down to Miss Ilbeck's set.
Yeah, we cover exactly the same objectives. So it's just the pace which is a little bit different.
Yeah, absolutely. Just those children just need a little bit more time for thinking, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, and then we have English, and in English we've studied a range of topics, haven't we? Started with the green ship, where we get to dress up as Mrs. Tredegar, don't we, which the children quite enjoy.
Yeah, they find it hilarious.
And then we've done traditional tales, Greek myths, and next term we're going to be looking at the Ice Palace.
Yes.
By Robert Swindells. So yeah, as you can see from their comments, they enjoy it, they love it. And handwriting, look at this. So just a couple of examples of work there, just showing you a piece of work with progression from Year 3 currently.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And then after the 2 lessons to start, we then have break time. Here's 2 children telling us how much they love break time because they get to spend time with their friends and they get to climb the trees. There's the trim trowel. There's also the CPA, the covered play area. So if it is not very nice outside, they do have somewhere to play where it's nice and sheltered.
And I do have it on the QT. There's something new coming to the playground.
Oh,
but I don't know
exciting.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but something's coming. So yeah, that's lovely. And you can see some children here playing. There's also a number of members of staff on duty. As you can see up there, the member of staff on duty has a high-vis jacket on. All the members of staff wear those so that the children can identify them quickly and easily. So if there are ever any problems, they can just go and find them and they can help to sort things out.
Some of the things. They also have access to the library as well at break times, which the children love. At the moment, there's a rota, but I'm not sure if there will be a rota. I think it's just kind of if they want to go in and read a book or borrow a book or bring their book back, then break time is an opportunity to be able to do that.
They can also go in and do research and do homework too.
Yes.
There are tables in there, aren't there, that they can often go in
And also a couple of computers too.
do a bit of work. Science. Okay, so science. We do quite a few investigations in science. As you can see, we start with health eating in the human body. And we've been looking at light, sources of light. And just recently, at the moment, we're doing rocks and identifying the 3 groups of rocks and testing those. But where the children develop their skills of investigation. It's a subject they seem to be enjoying.
And then we've also got humanities, which is history and geography. We tend to focus on them separately, don't we?
Yeah.
So we do a little bit of history and then we go to geography. And
here they're doing an archaeological dig. This is linked to our ancient Greek topic. So we take the children out and we've planted artifacts in our sand pit. And the children have to dig for the artifacts. It's got a magical experience actually because of the age of the children. They actually believe that they found something that belongs to the
face
ancient
just
Greeks.
lights up, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's really quite lovely. And there we are. Humanities is fun because we do history and learn about different countries. Yeah, we tend to do half a term on each topic, don't we?
Yes.
And here's one of the projects actually. And because of the situation at the moment, we alternated. We switched our history topics. So next term we'll be doing polar regions. But this is actually a project that the children have to put together. They either make a polar scene or they link it to the Ice Palace, which is the book that we study in English.
And recently we've been doing about the rainforest, haven't we?
Yeah, we have.
So they've been learning about endangered animals and deforestation, and the children have really loved that.
Yeah, it's really sparked their imagination, hasn't it? It's made them really make them think. Lunchtime.
It was a favourite part of the day for some of the children.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's somebody having a lovely lunch. They get to go and choose their lunch. Of course, if they're coming up from the pre-prep, they're quite familiar here.
Yes.
With the dining room. And then they get to come back over again and play over in their play areas, again with members of staff on duty. There are some activities at lunchtimes, but we've changed that, haven't we? To
yes.
The activities run at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And then we have music activities at lunchtime, maybe some ensembles. So if your children play an instrument, they'll be expected to be in the orchestras.
And then we've got the choir as well.
Yeah.
If they have a singing lesson, then they're expected to go to the choir, but also just because you don't have a singing lesson, you can still join. And lots of our children choose to join the choir.
Yeah, and then at the end of the day now, the children can take part in a number of activities, including chess, colouring club.
Got mindfulness.
Yeah, there's a cricket going on at the moment. There's hockey going on. But they change from term to term, depending on what people feel like offering. But yeah, the children can just sign up for those before they come back. For the term, and then they take that from 4:15 to 4:45, aren't they?
Yes, and they can do as little or as many as they choose to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then we've got some other subjects as well. These are taught by specialist subject teachers.
This is actually something that when we talked, do you remember we talked to the Year 2 children? They were really worried about this because they travel to different parts of the school to see different teachers. And actually, within 2 weeks, they didn't need us anymore. They're like,
you're redundant.
Yeah, they're like, no, Mrs. Richard, we don't need you to take us there anymore. They assimilate the routines and expectations far quicker than we think they do, don't they?
Yeah, they really grow up, don't they? They mature and they become more independent because they know exactly what they need for each lesson. Yeah. They collect it from the classroom and they walk over and they're really happy to do it. I think it's good for them to be able to get some fresh air between lessons and talk to their friends. Yeah. And then when they sit down ready for the lesson, then they're ready to learn. Yeah. So art is one of those ones which is taught by a specialist teacher. And then we've also got DT.
Again, it's taught by Mrs. Andrews, isn't it?
Yes.
Year 3, and they do some really lovely projects. Louise actually, I think it's called an animograph, and it was really clever. They had to create this sort of 3D image that concertinaed. So lots of things to look forward to.
And then we've got computing taught by Miss Rubringer.
Yeah, they have one lesson a week of that, don't they? So
yes.
And for Year 3, it tends to be on a Wednesday afternoon after lunch.
And then there's also music, taught by a specialist music teacher. And then we teach PSHCE in our form times. We focus a lot in the first term of how to be a good friend, which really helps them then in the playground to make new friends. But it's just a really important topic that we do, isn't it? Just to give them kind of strategies to be able to make friends, but also to maintain the friendships that they already have.
Because they're coming across challenging situations. They go into the changing rooms, which is just all new. It's all learning to deal with responsibility. And so we talk about those areas, we talk about what's tricky, and then we give them strategies to apply so that it can stay positive, doesn't it?
Yeah. And then we've got drama.
Of course, we love drama, don't we?
Taught by Miss Cooper, but they also have the junior play to look forward to as well. And which term is the junior play?
Normally it's in the Lent term.
Yeah, the Lent term.
In the Lent term.
We had to switch it around a little bit this year.
Yeah, we did a Christmas play this year, didn't we?
Yes. Yeah. Children really love that.
Here they just get the opportunity to get, they work, don't they? 3, 4 and 5.
Yeah.
Practice together and put on a performance, which is always a great spectacle, something to look forward to.
And then we have Forest School as well, taught by Mrs. Hunt. At the moment, the children are going over to Forest School on a Thursday afternoon. They really look forward to Forest School. It's just a chance to get together as a year group and be able to explore the outdoors, so have fresh air and practice some mindfulness, but also get to climb trees, make dens, go into the brook, discover new insects, play with the leaves.
It's also, I mean, they have it, don't they, throughout the pre-prep too,
Yeah.
but it's just a chance to learn in a
different environment,
without the stress of the classroom, because some children really flourish down there, don't they?
Yeah.
Might be really struggling in the classroom, they go down to Forest School and they really shine because they're relaxed and can show off skills, can't they?
Yes.
It's quite a lovely time.
And as you can see, they absolutely love getting muddy, so that's something else to look forward to. Here they are enjoying Forest School, roasting marshmallows.
Yeah, every so often, don't we? We have like a morning down there where we have at the first term, don't we? We have a getting together morning where we spend the whole morning down there, and then we have a campfire, we read a story, and the children have marshmallows. And they love the hot chocolate and biscuits, don't they? It's a real highlight.
And then we have games. We have girls' games and boys' games. So the boys start off with rugby. Then they go on to hockey, and then they go on to cricket. And athletics, don't they? Yeah. And then the girls start off with hockey, then netball, and then cricket as well. And tennis, actually, the girls have tennis, don't they, too? They have a mixture of tennis and cricket, which is super. And this is another subject where they're with their whole year group as well. They obviously split up into groups when they're working, but it's another opportunity where they can be with their friends in the other class. And the games, if they play matches, because this is really exciting part, that they actually get put into some teams. But at this level, we generally just mix them up into mixed ability and just give everybody a chance to take part and play. And then occasionally it could be a Saturday morning or a Friday. I think Friday afternoon. Then different times, I think, sometimes for year 3. But a chance to play another school, which they really look forward to. Yeah, going on a minibus going to school is very exciting. And here's some lovely shots of them playing games, playing sport. Yeah. And after school, they can either come straight home to you, and depending on how it looks next year in September, they'll either be in their day houses to be picked up, or they'll be in the Centenary Hall. Have to wait and see. But again, remember, if they're in their houses, you might not find them in the house you expect, but the teacher on duty in there will know where your child is, because they have to sign out. Before they leave the house, they have to ask for permission to go somewhere else so that we can keep a record. So pop into the house, ask for your child, and then we can sign them out. And actually, they're quite reluctant normally to go home. They want to stay in the house. Yeah, absolutely. Here they are playing with the different things in the house. I love that. Look, I got better at snooker and table tennis. You will, if your children like table tennis, they'll become quite proficient by the end of their time here at DCPS. And then they obviously can do the activities as well, like we mentioned earlier. Yeah, gymnastics club is a real favourite too, isn't it? Yes. And boarders. We've got three boarders currently, haven't we? Yeah, they absolutely love being Wiltonites. Yeah. They mention quite a lot on the boards that it's because on a Wednesday and a Friday they get sweets and chocolate, but I'm sure there are other reasons why they love boarding. I really like that one of the children has said, the staff are a dream. I thought that was a really lovely way of describing the house parents and the gappers that also work in Wilton. There's a great sense of family in there. Yes. We have to do a boarding duty, don't we? Yeah. And it's lovely to pop over and just spend a bit of time with them. As a family, it's lovely.
And that's it. That's an ordinary day for year 3. They're busy little bunnies, so expect them to be exhausted and tired by the time they come back. They will be anxious. They might be a bit worried about things, but we will see them before the end of the summer term. We will get a chance to go and chat with them. They'll get a chance to spend some time with us, won't they?
See the classroom, hopefully.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to allay any worries and anxiety, as soon as they hit the ground running here, they just assimilate all the routines and expectations.
Yeah, definitely.
And they do it. They do it with a big smile, generally, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah. It's a great year. We love it, don't we?
Yes, love teaching year 3.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks. Lovely to see you all.
Thank
Hopefully
you.
see you in person sometime soon. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.